David Austin.
Yeah, he was only here for a minute.
He shouldn't have been here at all. One of the conditions of your parole is that you don't associate with David Austin.
But do they have to know?
Yes. Yes, I'm afraid they do.
And whatever happened to that old-time religion? I thought you were into turning the other cheek.
Not now, not over this. Look, Bea, I know you didn't like Sharon much. But if we let Jock Stewart get away with this, who's to say some other smart screw isn't going to try the same? And you know what? You might find that your life won't be worth that.
You know you're not wrong. And we can't let him get away with that.
Lizzie's found a place for you to live.
Wow, that's fantastic. But how?
Well, it belongs to a friend of hers. It's only temporary accommodation, but it's available if you want it.
We do want it, don't we, Mum?
Okay, well, listen, can you hang on here until I get the key?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Fine, I'll be back in about an hour.
Oh, Grandma's got us a house. Oh, she's not your grandma. Well, it is only temporary. But things are working out, aren't they?
Kevin?
Oh, g'day, Mr. Reed. What are you doing here?
That's something I want to discuss with you. I'm glad I caught you, actually.
Well, you wouldn't have much trouble doing that. I'll take the rest of the week off. I had to get a subcontractor in to do my run, and he'd only do it on a weekly basis.
I'm sorry to hear that. Must be costing you a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, the reason I came round, Kevin, Lizzie Birdsworth's daughter and granddaughter are down from the country. They've got a bit of a problem with accommodation. And Doreen said that they could use the house. I realise they probably should have discussed it with you first.
No, that's fine. Because, well, Dora and I had talked about my moving in there, but it's far, far too big for me to look after by myself. You know, I'm glad there's somebody there to keep an eye on the place.
Good, good. Doreen said that you had a key then?
Yeah, I do.
Right.
I'll tell you what, I could go and pick them up and drop them off.
Oh, no, I couldn't
No,
ask you
that'd
to
be
do
fine.
that,
No worries. I mean, it'd give me something to do.
Oh, save me a lot of trouble then. The daughter's name is Marcia, the granddaughter's Josie. You got a pencil and paper, and I'll give you the address.
Yeah, should. Yeah, this.
Oh, fine. Good, thanks, Kevin.
Well, thank you. I owe you for what you did for Doreen.
Well, that was my pleasure, believe you me. Bastards like Jock Stewart get the whole penal system a bad name.
Yeah. Look, Mr. Reed, I was wondering if I could ask you another favour.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I've heard that prisoners can get the day off, you know, like, for a special occasion, like funerals and that sort of thing. And, well, like, you know, Doreen and I, we haven't had any time alone together since we got married, you know?
Yeah, I'll bring it up at the next classifications meeting, Kevin. I'm sure we'll be able to do something.
Great. Thanks very much, Mr. Reed.
Oh, good night, Mrs. Davidson.
Good night. Oh, Mrs. Jackson, I'm rather worried about Judy Bryant. She's been acting rather strangely since Sharon's death.
Well, that's fairly natural. They were very close.
Yes, but she has this bee in her bonnet about Mr. Stewart. I'm rather afraid that if the coroner's verdict is accidental death, Judy might, well, overreact.
Well, when is the inquest?
2 days' time.
Oh, that's soon.
Yes, I think we'll keep it as quiet as possible. We don't want to be asking for trouble.
Of course. Well, I'll let the other officers know.
I think it's also time Judy started working again. She's recovered very well from the operation, and moping about in the cell's only going to make matters worse.
Well, would you like me to put her on light laundry duties?
No, I think we better keep her away from the other women as much as possible. Put her back in the garden again. Nothing too strenuous, though.
Right. Excuse me.
Yes, of course. I'll see you in the morning.
Wentworth Detention Centre?
Oh, is that you, Meg?
Oh, yes. Paul.
Yeah, it doesn't look like I'll get back there today. Could you give Doreen and Lizzie a message for me, please?
Yes, of course.
Just tell them that Kevin is taking Marcia and Josie to the house and everything's organised.
Right, will do.
Fine, thanks, Meg. See you in the
Okay.
morning.
Bye.
What are you doing, Lizzie? What do you mean, it's my turn? You just put a 5 next to a 6. Oh, yeah. All them dots make me eyes go funny.
Oh, bugger.
What's the matter, love?
Well, I've gone and done it all wrong.
Just unpick it and start it again.
You better get used to it. You'll be making them for your own kids next.
Oh, yeah, terrific marriage I've got, eh? My husband living on his own and me stuck in here.
Well, you've only got a couple of months to go. And then wacko. Don't be so crude, Bea. Dora's upset. I know, I'm trying to cheer her up, aren't I?
Yeah, but suppose he finds somebody else.
What?
Well, a bloke needs a woman sometimes, and he might decide he can't wait for me.
Oh, Kev's not like that. He's a decent bloke. Yeah, stop worrying. You got a ring on your finger and he's got one through his nose. He'll wait.
Oh, I suppose.
Doreen, Lizzie, I have a message for you.
What about?
Mr. Reed phoned. He said to tell you that Kevin has taken Marcia and Josie to the house and everything's organised.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Jackson.
Oh, what do you reckon? No, you and me have both got someone waiting for us when we get out.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
Oh, looks lovely. Thanks very much for driving us here.
Oh, no worries. Oh, look, you'll find everything you need inside there. Just sort of poke about in the cupboards for a bit until you come across what you need, OK?
Oh, it's marvellous of you just to let us move in like this.
Oh, you should be thanking Doreen, not me. It's her house. I'm just glad we got someone here to look after the place, that's all.
Oh, don't worry. We'll look after it all right. And we'll only use the blankets and things until we get our own stuff from Echuca.
Look, how are you going to get it down?
Oh, I don't know. Cheapest way possible.
Well, perhaps I could give you a hand. I don't mind driving you up there to pick it up for the cost of the petrol.
Oh, no, don't worry.
No, it wouldn't be any problem. It's just we've got to do it tomorrow because I've got to go back to work next week, you see.
Yeah, but you've done
Go
so
on,
much
Mum,
for us.
please. It'd be fantastic to drive there.
Well, if you're sure it's
Yeah,
all right.
no worries. We'll make an early start in the morning, OK?
Right.
Gee, thanks, Kev.
There we are.
Good, thanks very much.
OK, well, I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Oh, wait on. Look, are you sure you'll get all your gear into the back of the van?
Oh, yeah. We haven't got that much stuff.
OK, see you in the morning.
Well, come on, love.
Of course, Marcy's a very good mother. She looks after Josie real well. And when I get out, I'm going to help her. I'm going to take her. So, Dor, where do you take kids?
I don't know. Zoo, I suppose.
Yeah, the zoo. I'm going to take her to the zoo.
I would have thought you'd had enough of bars and cages.
When I get out, I'm going to go dancing with Kevin. Because I really like dancing.
Yeah. And I'll take her to the pictures. I've got to take her to the pictures.
Will you two shut up and let me get some sleep?
Oh, good morning, Mr. Davidson.
Good morning.
You might like to know that Lizzie's daughter is staying in Melbourne at Doreen's house.
Oh, really?
Yes, it all seemed to slip into place rather nicely, actually. They couldn't afford to buy accommodation, and Doreen's house was standing empty, so...
So you suggested the logical solution?
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Well, I hope not. Neither of them know this Marcia very well. I just hope she doesn't let them down.
Oh, I don't think she will. Anyway, Kevin will be keeping an eye on things. I wanted to ask if it would be possible for them to have another visit, too.
No, Lizzie's already had more than a regulation visit this week.
But they haven't seen each other for about 30 years. Surely we can stretch the rules in this instance.
Well, if the women see Lizzie getting extra visiting privileges, they'll just think that she's getting preferential treatment, and I'd prefer to avoid that situation.
Okay, one other thing. Doreen. Kevin has asked me to check out the possibilities of Doreen getting an overnight leave.
For what reason?
Well, they recently got married. I suppose it's...
Oh, yes, of course. Well, the classification committee will deal with that.
Well, would you mind if I brought it up at this afternoon's meeting?
Of course not.
Fine. Oh, by the way, what's happening with Judy Bryant?
I've had her transferred to the garden for a while. I'm hoping she'll burn up the excess energy there.
Hurry up, Bryant.
What is it with you screws? When I wanted to work, you wouldn't let me. Now, I'm recovering from a major operation. You tell me I have to.
Oh, your doctor said that you were fit enough for light duties. A bit of weeding won't do you any harm at all.
Oh, yeah? Well, you can't make me, you know?
Oh, for crying out loud. If you'd rather spend all day in your cell doing nothing instead of out here getting some fresh air, then I can arrange it for you. Don't worry about that.
You think I'm not awake up to you? You're trying to work me to death to get rid of me like Sharon. You're trying to keep me quiet about telling what really happened to her.
Right, Bryant, that's enough. Now, other officers might put up with this rubbish that you talk, but one more remark like that out of you, and I'll have you in the pound so fast you'll have scorch marks. Got it?
Hi, you all set?
You bet.
Good.
Mama's Kevin, you ready? Coming, love. Are we going to Bendigo?
No, we're going straight up the Northern Highway.
Oh, I was hoping we could stop off there for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry, Josie, but your mum's paying for the petrol, so I suppose we should go by the shortest route. Besides, I don't think we've got much time for sightseeing, you know.
Josie, here a minute. Look, Joe, I know you're excited about the trip, but would you do something for me?
Yeah, sure, Mum. What is it?
Just be careful what you say to Kevin. I mean, I know he's a nice fellow and all that, but he is married to Doreen, and from what Liz, your grandmother says, well, she and Doreen are pretty close friends.
Yeah, sure, Mum. I understand.
Well, I know it's going to be hard, but please try.
I will. I will.
Good.
Sorry, Paul, I didn't know you were here.
There you go. I was miles away.
Look, here's a list of people going before the parole board next week.
Thanks. Oh, Meg, have you got a minute?
Yes, of course.
I saw Kerry Vincent last night. She's been seeing David Austin.
That's a condition of her parole, isn't it? Well, have you reported it?
No, not to Mrs. Davidson. I sensed a certain hostility this morning, so I kept quiet. She seems to have it in for Austin, and she would revoke Kerry's parole without thinking twice.
Well, she does have a good reason to dislike the man.
Yeah, but it's Kerry I'm concerned about. If she's emotionally involved with him, it doesn't seem fair to keep them apart. And she's trying very, very hard.
Look, if it's a condition of her parole that she keeps away from him, then it's official, whatever the rights or wrongs. It won't look good on your record if they're discovered and you haven't reported it.
Well, I'll take that chance. I had a long talk to her last night. Hopefully it's straightened her out.
Can I help you?
Oh, is David Austin here?
No, I'm afraid he's out at lunch. Look, it's very important. Can you tell me where he's gone?
Oh, I'm sorry. If you come back in about an hour or so.
No, I've got to see him. Look, I'm a personal friend, so he won't mind telling me, you know.
You're Kerry Vincent, aren't you?
Yes. Well, I just want to see David.
Well, I suppose it'll be all right. It's about the paintings, is it?
Well, of course, what else?
He's at the Green Room restaurant, down the road and on the right.
Down the road on the right, thanks.
What's up with you?
Nothing.
That's the lunch bill. Aren't you eating?
I am not eating until they hold a full inquest into Sharon's death. Let's see if they'll risk the life of another prisoner.
Oh, don't be so bloody stupid. You don't think they're going to let you die in a hunger strike, do you?
They can't force me to eat if I don't want to.
I've heard that before. You know what they do?
They dope you to the eyeballs and they keep you alive on a glucose drip. And while all that's going on, you don't suppose they're going to flash your ugly mug all over the front pages of the newspapers, do you? They won't even know about it. The screws will see to that.
Yeah, well, if everyone went on strike, they couldn't force-feed a lot of us.
What, this lot miss out on their tucker? You've got to be kidding. I can ask them to do a lot of things. That isn't one of them.
You said you'd help me, Bea.
And I will. But you're going to have to think of something better than a hunger strike. Now, come and have some lunch.
Thank you. Well, good health. Cheers. Kerry, this is a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting to see you.
Obviously not. Listen, David, I've got to talk to you.
Yes. Robin Trevelyan, this is Kerry Vincent. Robin, Kerry is the art connoisseur's latest discovery.
Nice to meet you.
Who's she, huh? One of your latest discoveries.
Kerry,
I mean, what a hard day you must have. I mean, you must be exhausted, out and about with all these young things and back to good old Kerry's for a quick one and have a look at the
Now,
paintings.
listen,
Look,
Kerry,
I really thought you cared, David. I thought you cared about me, but all you bloody care about is your precious 10%. I risked my parole for you.
David, what is going on?
it's just a little misunderstanding. I think we better go back and discuss this at the
There
shop.
is nothing to discuss, you bastard.
Oh, come on now, darling. Can't you keep your sordid little affairs out of restaurants? So public, don't you think?
Robin, I'm terribly sorry about this. Would you just get yourself a taxi home and I'll see you later?
Paul Reed's finished with these. Wendy, will you file them when you get a chance?
Meg, we have a new prisoner arriving. Could you stay and check her in, please?
Sure. Anyone we know?
The name rings a bell. Leanne Burke.
Oh, no.
Is she some relation to that Burke woman we had in here?
Her daughter.
What, the one that Jean Vernon took under her wing?
That's the one. Well, hello, Leanne.
Hi.
Put your personal belongings on the desk, please, and then stand on that white line. Thank you.
Well, didn't take you long to follow in your mother's footsteps, did it? I wish you'd taken more notice of Jean Vernon.
What am I supposed to do? Can't get a job. No one can live on the dole, you know.
Were you living at home?
Your name's Leanne Burke, is that correct?
Yeah.
Speak up, please.
Yes.
Leanne Burke, you've been charged with petty larceny and sentenced to 2 months' imprisonment. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mrs. Jackson will take your fingerprints, then you'll shower and change.
Right over here.
We have a spare single cell on H block, haven't we?
Yes, but it's the only one.
I'm not going to be put on my own, am I?
You'll go where you're put.
Well, I hope you're satisfied. What did you hope to achieve by that little outburst? Tell me something else. How did you know where I was?
The woman in the shop told me.
Oh, yes, so much for loyal employees.
It wasn't her fault. I told her it was very important.
What was so important that you could risk being seen with me?
You left this here the other night.
What, you risked your parole because of this?
Oh, it was gone anyway. You know, Paul Reed came round yesterday and saw it. He just said he'd have to report it.
Oh, Kerry, you are an idiot. If he had reported it, you wouldn't be here now.
You really think so?
Of course. If they could get you on the slightest technicality, they'd be round here in a flash. Now, come on, Kerry, you've got to settle down. You've got to do some work.
Yeah, but I can't work now. I can't. I need you. Look, why can't you get them to change my parole? Why?
Kerry, will you just stop acting like this? It's not going to solve anything.
Who was she, huh?
Who?
The woman in the restaurant.
I told you her name's Robin Trevelyan. She's a client.
Oh, you can do better than that.
Listen, I told you she doesn't mean anything to me. She's a client. It's strictly business.
Strictly business. Am I strictly business too?
No, you're not.
David? Oh, you said you'd marry me once.
Well, yeah, I meant it. But how can I when I'm supposed to be keeping away from you? Look, darling, we'll get your parole changed, I promise. But until then, you just have to prove to them that you're a model citizen, that that settle down to some work. And you can thumb your nose at the authorities, and you can say, I can stand on my own 2 feet. Just give me my complete freedom. You can do it.
You really think that's going to work?
Yeah, I know it will. Listen, I must go.
When will I see you?
I'll see you in a couple of days when the dust settles. Look, I promise.
Hello, Helen. Kerry. Yeah. How about coming over for a while, you know? Old times and all that. Yeah. All right, and don't forget the booze.
Right. You make your bed, and when the second bell goes, you go to the dining room. Some of the other women will show you the way. After dinner, there's a recreation period until 8:30 when you come back here.
Oh, surely there's another bed somewhere. I don't like being on my own.
Well, you're just going to have to put up with it, aren't you, Leanne? We are not going to reorganise the sleeping arrangements just for you.
What's that for?
End of work. You meet some of the other women now.
Aren't you going to stay and introduce me?
Don't you get smart with me, Leanne. Now, I'm going home. I suggest you get used to yours.
You still living in that same place?
Well, well, looks like new neighbours have moved in. You've been here before, haven't you?
Yeah, but only to visit. My mum was in here, Nolenberg.
Oh, isn't it a small world? Bloody Nolene.
Yeah, I'm Leanne.
All right, Leanne. Your mum probably wouldn't have told you this, seeing as how she was too thick to understand, but I run this place, and you'll do as I tell you. Got it?
Yeah, fair enough.
B, she's only a little kid.
She's Nolene Burke's kid, which means she's probably a brick short of the load.
What do you mean by that? My mum's all right.
I don't listen to her, love. B and your mum just didn't get on all right, that's all.
Nolene didn't get on very well with anybody. Where is she now? They send her back to Barnhurst this time.
No, she's got a job in an office.
What is she, a computer programmer?
She works in the canteen.
Okay, Leanne, you and I'll get on just fine, as long as you do as you're told. I'll give you a bit of friendly advice. I'd make that bed if I were you before Vinegar Tit sees it. Otherwise, you'll get a real Wentworth welcome.
Well, that was a lifesaver.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, was it?
I'm going to the ladies. You coming, Josie?
Oh, no, Mum, I'm all right.
Oh, well, it's back to the big city, eh?
Yeah, great, isn't it? There's so much to do and see. Living in the country's a bore.
Oh, I know what you mean. I grew up in Sale.
Really?
Yeah.
My uncle lives there. He's a butcher. You might know him. Bob Morgan?
No, well, there's a lot of people in Sale. You know, I haven't lived there myself for about 3 years.
Oh, he's lived there for ages, since he and Mum left the orphanage. Other kids went to foster parents, but Mum used to say no one would take them because they played up too much. Anyway, Sale's just a country town, isn't it? Give me Melbourne any time. I might even get to see a real disco now.
What did you say the name of your uncle was? Morgan?
Yeah. Listen, we've still got a fair while before we get there, so I think I'd better go to the loo before we go.
Do you remember that, John? That used to read poetry the whole time.
Oh, him! He used to have to lie there starkers, pretending to be carried away by his poetry.
Oh, they're mad. They're all bloody mad.
No. Here's to men. The most selfish, conceited mongrels in the world.
I'll drink to that.
Oh, look, take David Austin for example.
Oh, no, thank you. I don't want to.
No, take him. No, look,
He was the first person to show interest in me. I mean, real interest, you know? And you know what he wanted?
Of course I do. Sex! What they're all after.
Wrong. No, it's wrong. All he wanted was his percentage. You know? Like he was my pimp of the art world. Mr. 10%.
Go on.
And I was fool enough to be carried away by it.
Oh, forget 'em all's what I say.
Forget 'em all. And up bloody David Austin.
And up bloody David Austin.
God, isn't there anything better on than this crap?
And what are you doing? Oh, I'm making a soft toy. I have to put the stuffing in it yet, though.
Looks like you stuffed it already.
Oh, shut up, Leanne.
Who's the kid?
Leanne Burke, one of a plague.
Huh?
When the Burkes go out, they get the Pied Piper to call them together.
She's so young. What's she in for?
Thieving, it's the family business.
Hello. I'm Judy Bryant.
I'm Leanne.
You settling in okay?
Oh, yeah. Got to get to know people, but...
Oh, you will. Plenty of nice people here.
Bryant.
Make a friend.
It's Burke's first day. Let's not give her the wrong idea of Wentworth, eh?
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Fletcher, but I'm not on the prowl tonight. I'm just looking for conversation.
Burns. Doreen Burns.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Fletcher. I'm not used to being called Burns.
Yes, we might be able to help you there. The governor's granted you a day's leave for tomorrow. You can spend it with your husband.
You lucky cow.
Good on you, dog.
What for?
Oh, come on, don't knock it, kid.
All right, you heard it. Come on, move it.
Well, come on, hurry up.
Come on, Dawn, I'll make you a nice hot cup of coffee to celebrate.
Surely there's another bed somewhere.
You're in a single cell, Burke, and that's where you're going to stay.
Got a complainer, have we?
Don't see why I got to be stuck on my own.
Just think yourself lucky.
Good night, Jude. Night, Bill.
Good night.
Good night, Leanne.
Mr. Reed, come on in.
Good news, Kevin. Doreen's got the day off tomorrow.
Oh, terrific. Thanks a lot. Do you want a beer?
Yes, why not? I tried for an overnighter, but Mrs. Davidson wouldn't be in it. Maybe in a few weeks' time, eh?
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah.
That's great, anyway. Look, have a seat.
Right, you can pick her up at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, but she's got to be back by 8 p.m.
Well, she will be, don't worry.
Right. Well, how did Marcia and Josie settle in?
Oh, no worries. We went up to Echuca today to pick up their stuff.
Oh, that was very good of you.
Oh, no. Marcia paid for the petrol. I just went for the ride, you know.
Huh. Well, Lizzie will be pleased about that.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to ask you about that. Well, look, how well do you know Lizzie's family?
Well, I know as much as I've read in their files. Why?
Well, it's just something that Josie said today, you know. She mentioned an uncle of hers, a bloke called Bob Morgan.
Morgan?
Yeah.
Well, both of Lizzie's sons were fostered out. Perhaps one of them took on the name of the foster parents.
Yeah, well, not according to what Josie said, you see. She reckons that this bloke left the orphanage at the same time that Marcia did, you know. He wasn't fostered.
Oh, well, perhaps he changed his name by deed poll.
Yeah, well, that's probably it. It just seemed funny, you know. I mean, well, I suppose Marcia really is Lizzie's daughter.
Well, Lizzie says she is, and Lizzie ought to know.
Yeah.
But I'll do some checking anyway.
Okay. And look, thanks again for all you've done for Dora and me.
Hey, Judy, you there?
Shut up, Mac. Shut up, all of you, and go to sleep.
the devil have you been up to, Burke?
An accident, Miss Bennett. I was cleaning the nails and I dropped the nail polish remover.
Do you expect me to believe that?
It was an accident, honest!
What's the damage?
No, it's pretty bad. We'll have to get another mattress from store.
Let her sleep on it or put her in solitary.
It was an accident, Mr. Fletcher. Honest, it was an accident.
We can get some more blankets from the infirmary, but we can't put her into solitary.
We'll give her Sharon Gilmore's bed for the night.
Are you kidding? You're as much against that as I was this afternoon.
All right, solitary. It's only for one night. She's in a single cell anyway.
No, I don't like it. I mean, if news gets out, we could be accused of unfair treatment. I mean, it might have been an accident.
Oh, any other suggestions?
All right, put her in with Bryant, but we'll keep the spy hole open just in case.
All right, you. Move.
Where am I going?
You'll find out sooner or later. And remember, Bryant, this'll stay open all night.
Oh, don't worry, Miss Bennett. I'll see that she doesn't hurt me. What's going on?
Got sick of being on my own, so I set fire to the bed.
Just like that?
Sure. Told them it was an accident and the Drongos believe me.
Well, good on you, love. At least they know you're alive.
Whose was this?
Sharon's. But she won't be needing it anymore. She's had an accident.
Yeah? What happened?
Oh, one of the Boy Scouts here decided to help her down the stairs, broke her neck.
Struth, not Fletcher.
No, he's gone now. They got out the whitewash and he disappeared, smelling like a rose.
It's left to do you till morning. Then it's back to your own cell, okay?
Don't worry, Mr. Fletcher. I'll keep her warm if she gets cold.
You just stay to your own side of the cell, Bryant. And don't you give me any excuse to put you into the pound.
Me?
Yes, you.
What was that all about?
Oh. He hates my guts because I'm gay.
Bloody ignorant screws.
Don't you worry, honey. I'm not going to give you a hard time.
Last dyke who tried regretted it. Don't give a bugger what your religion is, as long as you don't try nothing with me.
Well, you got yourself a deal, okay? Now tell me about yourself. You got a family?
All right, Leanne, you're only in here for a couple of months, so there's nothing much we can do for you in the way of training courses or educational programs.
I should have got myself a longer sentence.
I think the best thing we can do for you is to find you some work so that at least you're earning something for when you are released. It's not as good as a job on the outside, but at least it is something.
Sure. Well, I wouldn't mind working in the garden.
The laundry does pay better.
I like the fresh air.
Is this because Judy Bryant works in the garden?
Judy? Of course not.
I'm sorry you were put in with her last night. That should never have happened.
No worries. Don't like being on my own anyway.
Did she try to,
No, I told her no funny business. Look, dykes are all right if you're straight with them. Judy just wants someone to talk to. That's fine by me. Not many women like me in here because of me mum.
Okay, I'll see if I can arrange to have you working in the garden.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Reed.
Well, I reckon it's a bloody cheat. They come all the way down from Echuca and they're not even allowed in.
Now, come off it, Lizzie. You've had more visitors this past week than I've had in a year.
Well, Marcia and me have got a lot of time to catch up.
Well, now that they're living in the house, they'll be able to come in every week.
Well, I still don't think it's fair.
Hey, B. Listen, I've been thinking about what you've been saying. You know, a way of attracting attention to demand a fair inquest.
And?
Well, what if we go on strike? You know, refuse to do a thing until we get a fair hearing?
Oh, you're not bad. You know what they'll do, don't you? They'll stick us in our cells and try and starve us out. But if we were prepared, laid in some supplies, got some grub from the kitchens, I'll see who's on kitchen duty.
You mean you'll be in it?
Leave it with me.
Met people like that Paul Reed before. Bloody do-gooders.
No, he's not that bad, love.
Social worker they used to have here was a real pushover. Jean Vernon. took me to stay at her place and everything when my mum kicked me out. She was sharing a flat with Meg Jackson.
The screw?
Yeah. They had a blue and Jean moved out. Oh, it was a good look while it lasted, but free grog, double bed.
Weren't you underage?
I reckon if you know what to do, then you're old enough. Not that I'll be getting up to much for the next couple of months. May as well be a nun. I'm back in myself again on my own.
Oh, honey, that's not too bad. It's better than lying awake half the night listening to someone snoring.
I like a bit of company. Never had a room to myself at home. And we shared dormitories at the remand home. I don't see why I couldn't have stayed in your cell. Not that I'm interested in any funny business. It's not my scene.
Listen, it's just as well. There's a spot of trouble brewing at the moment, love, and I think it's best you don't get involved.
Oh, why? What's up?
There's nothing you need concern yourself about. Look, honey, this is your first time in. For Pete's sake, keep your nose clean.
Oh, come on, Judy.
No, I mean it. You're too young to get yourself in a spot of trouble. You don't want to go around getting yourself a bad name.
I've got a bad name already. Everyone treats me like dirt, and you're no better than the rest of them.
What's the time? 2 minutes later than the last time you asked. Keep calm, love.
Oh, I can't help it.
Yeah, we know what you were happy about.
You will ask Kev to take you to see Josie, won't you?
Oh, yeah, sure, Lizzie.
Bea, I heard you wanted to see me.
Oh, yeah, you're on kitchen duty this week.
Well, so what?
I want you to get as much food as you possibly can from the kitchens and stow it away in the cells.
What for?
Because we're going to be needing it soon. Get everything you can that isn't nailed down. Biscuits, cheese, bread, whatever.
Well, how am I going to get it out?
You'll find a way. Just do it. Everything you can get away with.
What if I get caught?
Then we'll come and visit you in the pound.
I don't know, Bea.
Lorna.
All right. All right.
Burns,
That you, love? Yes, Miss Fletcher?
your husband's waiting for you in reception.
Have a nice time with Kev.
Oh, see you later, girls.
Yeah, bye. And don't worry him out all at once.
Yes, Miss Bennett, certainly. I'll tell her right away. Goodbye. Oh, Mrs. Davidson, I've been trying to ring you. That was Miss Bennett on the phone. She's just left the coroner's court and said to tell you the verdict was accidental death. Thank you, Sally. Oh, hello, Kevin. How are you?
Good, thanks, Mrs. Davidson. Look, I wanted to say thank you to you for all you've done for Doreen and me.
Not at all.
Oh, it's been very good anyway. Hi.
Hi.
Just sign here, please, Mr. Burns. Right, sign up, please, Doreen. Don't forget, she must be back by 8 o'clock, no later.
Yeah, she will be, don't worry.
Well, that's all there is to it. Now, off you go and enjoy yourselves.
Bye.
Bye-bye. It's rather sad, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose so.
Oh, Vera just phoned from the inquest to say that the verdict was as we expected.
But accidental?
Yes. I don't think the press will make a big thing of it, but just to be on the safe side, I think we better have the evening papers censored. No need to ask for any more trouble.
Yes, of course.
Gee, it was a terrific lunch, Kevin.
Yeah, well, not exactly a romantic candlelit dinner, but I suppose it was the next best thing.
Yeah, it was pretty expensive, though.
Yeah, well, it's not every day I get a chance to take my wife out for a meal, is it?
Yeah, but that lobster stuff and those burning things.
Oh, the crepe Suzettes.
Yeah, them. Was a bit extravagant.
Didn't you like it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was better than prison food.
I love you, Doreen.
I love you too. Well, are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No. No, I didn't. I meant to go out.
What?
Well, I told you I wanted to go to the bank and get some money out so I could buy you a present.
No, but there's nothing I want, Dor.
But I have to get a couple of things, and I promised Lizzie that
No, Dor, listen, look, do you think I went to all that trouble of getting you out of jail for the day just so as I could taxi you around town?
Oh, Kevin.
No, well, I mean, I intend to spend a very quiet afternoon here in my flat with my wife.
Yeah?
Yeah, except it mightn't be all that quiet.
When do we start the campaign, Bea?
I'll tell you. Hey, Lorna. Did you do that little favour for me?
Yes, Bea, there's extra tucker in all the cells.
Good girl. Well, looks like we're all set.
Oh, will you look at this? They've cut out the crossword.
Oh, there's probably something on the other side they didn't want you to see, Lizzie.
Yeah, you wouldn't read about it.
That's why they do it.
Listen, Bea. I'm going to ask to see the governor in the morning. Demand a fair hearing. Now, if I don't get any action, you can blow the whistle at lunchtime.
Yeah, okay, I'll spread the word. If there's no go with Mrs. Davidson, that's everybody out.
Right. Listen, I'd like to leave Leanne out of this. She's only a kid, and it won't look good on her record.
I'd like to leave that little brat out of it, too. But if her mother's anything to go by, she'll be in there, boots and all. It's Burke by name and jerk by nature. Don't tell me you've just finished another double shift.
No, I managed to get home for a couple of hours this afternoon.
Well, you needn't have bothered coming back. It's as quiet as a grave here tonight.
What, no reaction to the verdict?
Not a ripple. The newspapers were censored and there was nothing on the television news.
You're 10 seconds late, Doreen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Fletcher.
It's all right. Well, I think we can have a look at this time. Now, come on, sign in.
Evening, Miss Bennett.
Go behind that screen and take those clothes off. You'll be searched.
Ah, it's all right. I didn't get time to buy anything to bring back anyway.
Doreen.
Oh.
Look, I'll get your overalls for you. The bell's about to go, so you may as well go straight back to your cell.
Well, can't I go to the rec room? I know it's only for a few minutes, but I want to tell the girls about my day.
Oh, all right, but it's hardly worth it.
I'll raise you 5 matches.
I'm out.
Oh, let's see you.
Full house. Nines and jacks.
I see, old devil.
That means you owe me, 275 matches.
How about I just buy you a lighter and we call it quits?
Hi.
Oh, hi, Doreen. How's that old married lady?
Terrific.
I bet you are.
Did you get to see Marcia and Joe's?
Oh, well, I didn't really have time, Lizzie.
Oh, Dor, you promised.
Oh, come on, Lizzie. Kevin probably didn't give her a minute to herself.
I'm real sorry, Lizzie.
Oh, I don't mind, as long as you had a good time, love.
Listen, love, tomorrow morning, Judy's going up to see Mrs. Davidson about an inquiry into Sharon's death. If there's no go, we're all going out and strike.
What for?
Oh, stir up a bit of publicity, that sort of thing. We've got food stored away in our cells just in case they try and lock us
But
up.
it's too late.
What do you mean?
The inquest was today. I read it in the paper. They said it was accidental death.
Oh, bastard. He's got away with it.
Look, maybe it isn't too late. Hang on, girls, just stay where you are a minute. Slight change of plans. What do you reckon?
We got nothing to lose.
Okay, so
Good grief, you lot get later and later each night. Come on, back to your cells.
Well, come on, move.
What's going on, Smith?
Well, we refuse to move until we get a fair and unbiased inquiry into Sharon Gilmore's death.
You serious?
I've never been more serious in all my life, Mr. Fletcher.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too, Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing